Hello students, this is Veena, Assistant Professor in the Department of English, Institute Aeronautical Engineering. Today, in discussion of Tutorial Bank, we are trying to cover the topic Importance of Etiquettes in Social, Personal and Professional Communication. How etiquettes are going to play major role in the way of your communication, and why is that they are very important for you, and how is that they contribute for your success in the professional life. So let us try to understand the importance of the manners, that is the etiquettes, which we have to follow and also practice in our workspace, such that we understand the needs, we cater the needs with formal and very applicable and pleasing manner in our workplaces. So let us get started. Here, what is etiquette? How is that this word is related to your professional life? How is that these etiquettes are going to transform your professional life into very successful and may help you in the way of your growth in the professional arenas? Now, etiquette, the literal meaning of the etiquette is conventional requirements as to social behavior. Remember this, conventional requirements as to social behavior, properties of conduct as established in any class or community or for any occasion. Etiquettes are nothing but our social behavior in the society. How is that you are going to communicate or make the relationship between the people around you? How is that the relationships built around you are becoming qualitative with your good communication ability and the skill to understand everyone, and also see that there is no misunderstandings created around you. So you have certain etiquettes in every walk of your life which you have to follow, such that it will help you to make good essence and create that positive environment around you. Here, a prescribed or accepted code of usage in matters of ceremony. Etiquettes are nothing but the prescribed code of conduct. Every organization, every institution, every ceremony or every family have some etiquettes. They adopt some etiquettes which will make them create their zone and make that pace of rapport, build that rapport between the relationships for good harmony among the people. Now, how is that you're going to adopt all these etiquettes and follow them, put them in practice for the good harmony to build the relationships among the people of the group or the organization or any kind of institution? So this is the prescribed code of conduct. Etiquettes are the prescribed, that means that which are acceptable code of conduct from the people, which is acquired and pleased and can be noted among the group of the people. Here, the code of ethical behavior. Everywhere you have to try to understand what are the moral ethics, what is that ethical culture which I am going to adopt when I am placed in certain workspace. How is that I am going to adapt it? How is that I am going to practice it and make a habit of all those ethics and stand unique among that group and guess that and try to understand, interpret and evaluate the people around me and make my professional career successful. So, etiquettes are the most important element which you all have to understand, practice, use in your workspaces, not only in your workspaces, to build good relationships around you, to create that positive environment around you. You have to adopt certain etiquettes, which you have to learn at this crucial stage of your college life, such that once you step out of your college life and you're stepping into that workplace arena, you will not be having difficulty in conversing, communicating, collaborating, coordinating with all your team members, and also it will not restrict or become obstacle in the way of your professional growth. So for making or clearing the obstacles in the way of your professional life, you have to follow all these etiquettes. Now, the customs of rules of governing behavior. Customs or rules of governing behavior regarded as correct or acceptable in social or official life. In your social life, see, every family has their own space around them. They will make an habitat around them which will make their life ease. So how is that their life is going to become ease? So for that reason, they will adopt some etiquette, some manners, some rules which will make them comfortable and see that others do not misunderstand them, and also it will help them in their growth. It is not just applicable to your professional lives. It is applicable to your personal life too, to make yourself, to make understand people, to make your life very soothing and create that harmony between the people. You have to adopt and make use of these etiquettes. A conventional but unwritten code of practice. These etiquettes are not written documents, or they are not some published documents. They are unwritten, they are just conventional. They are in the form of conventional. They are in the form of practicing. We try to practice those code of conduct which will make good rapport and build good rapport around you. Now for that, you don't have an authentic document which prescribe the rules of your workspace. Or for example, in your family, early in the morning you get up, you do your exercises, this is all the thing, the timetable you maintain. Is it a document? Is it a prescribed document which is given to you and you're signed to maintain that? No. Since years you have been following it. Since years you have been practicing it. So it has become an etiquette. It is a mannerism which you are following in your family for smooth running and functioning of your family affairs, isn't it? In the same way, in the workplace too, you will have certain etiquette, certain rules, certain manners which you all have to follow for the good harmony and the rapport to build among your colleagues and your superiors. Now, etiquette in simpler words is defined as good behavior which distinguishes human beings from animals. Simple, that is, the good behavior which will differentiate us from the animals. Animals, do they have any culture? Do they have any manner? They live by themselves. They do not have that sense of ability, isn't it? We human beings have that sense of ability. We have that notion and interpretation and evaluation thinking process which will not hurt others, and at the same point we will build relationships around us. And to not create misunderstanding, we will have to follow certain etiquette, certain manners, certain rules which will keep that relationships hold and they will be stable. Now, etiquette refers to behaving in socially responsible way. That is, simple thing. Whatever I do should not disturb others. It is good for me, I feel. It is going to provide some advantage or give some benefit to me. But If that work is causing some disturbance to others, then I have to think about it. That is socially responsible behavior. Whatever I think, whatever I do to make my life ease should not disturb the borderline of other, the neighbor or the person who is with you. So you must be socially responsible enough to make your life at ease, as well as see that your behavior or attitude is not distracting or not becoming an obstacle to others. Etiquette refers to guidelines which control the way a responsible individual should behave in the society. How a responsible individual must behave in the society. If we are in the family, if we are among our family members, how is that I'm going to behave is an etiquette. If I'm in my workspace, if I'm working with so many team members, how is that I'm going to behave myself and carry myself? It is your personality, molding, blending of your personality with certain culture and manners is your etiquettes. You must be able to understand this and also practice this. Try to make effective usage of your communication and also replicate your personality through your etiquettes, through your manners, through the way you carry on yourself will attract others. So you must be very careful enough while making any kind of gestures or while passing a comment or making a statement among others. Here, need for etiquette. Now, why is that we need them? What is the purpose? I have my own manners. Now, why do I need to learn certain new etiquettes in the workspace and bound to them? Now, let us try to understand. Etiquette makes you a cultured individual. A cultured individual. When you are in your college, you may wear your informals. But once you go to your workspace, you will have a dress code. What is that? You have to wear your formal dressing, wear your shoes, maybe wear your tie and look good, look appealing and pleasing. That is the culture of your workspace. So these etiquettes make you a very good cultured individual who leaves his mark wherever he goes. Once you become a cultured individual, for sure you will be leaving a mark behind you. Everyone will try to accept you and also they will get inspired from you in the way of your personality. So try to be an example to others in carrying yourself, in being cultured. Okay, that will surely help you to look unique among the others. Etiquette teaches you the way to talk, walk, and most importantly, behave in the society. What are the 3 things these etiquettes will teach us? The way I talk, the way I walk, and the way I behave. That is, whatever I'm talking, however I'm talking, the way I walk, the way I carry myself, the way I make my body gestures, the way I behave with others, all these are your etiquettes. See that you build in yourself positive and good etiquettes such that others are get pleased and they will try to help you when you are in need, and you will also have to try to help others and create that positive environment around you. Here, etiquette is essential for an everlasting first impression. Everlasting first impression. The way you carry yourself on the very first day will create that everlasting impression among the group, among the workspace. So try to build within you all those cultured and effective manners which will please and create that good impression in the workspace. The way you interact with your superiors, parents, fellow workers, friends speak a lot about your personality and upbringing. It is your behavior, how you talk, how you smile, how you make gestures, how you can make the problems solved among your family or in the workspace, the way you carry yourself, the way you stand before others, the way you talk to others, the way you create the rapport in building the positive environment around you will be an impression over the others. If someone is not accepting you, that means that there is some etiquette which he is not liking within you. Okay, so we must be very careful enough to handle everyone with the very good cultured behavior and with good manners and with the pleasing and soothing tone. So for that, we need all these etiquettes to make our personality built in a very good and vibrant way. Etiquette enables the individuals to earn respect and appreciation. What are the two things we can earn through this good, effective etiquettes? That is, you can earn respect and appreciation from each and every individual. Once they like your personality, once they like your behavior, everyone, wherever you go, you will be given that respect and status of love. That is the reason you need to follow and practice proper etiquettes in the society. Now, no one would feel like talking to a person who does not know how to speak or behave. If someone is screaming, shouting, not appealing or soothing with a very harsh voice, how will you do? What will you do? Will you be able to communicate with that person? No, never. I will never go around such people. That is the reason you have to adopt the means where people will understand your culture, your tradition, the way you carry yourself, the personality that which you portray through your communication and your behavior. Etiquette inculcates a feeling of trust and loyalty. One more. Respect, appreciation, trust and loyalty. 4 terms you have to remember. Etiquettes will fetch you these 4 things. Once you are well-mannered, once you are cultured, not just in the professional lives, but also in the personal lives, people will respect you. People will appreciate you. People will trust you and they'll be loyal to you. So, these etiquettes play a very, very important role in your life. So, try to adapt the means. Try to adapt the culture wherever you go. Try to follow those certain rules of conduct or any kind of instructions which is posed or which is given by your organization or your institution or even in your personal life. Now, types of etiquettes. Let us try to understand these etiquettes in detail with their types. Social etiquettes. Now, what are these? Social etiquettes. Social etiquette is important for an individual as it teaches him how to behave in the society, how to socialize with people, how to mingle with people, how to create that interpersonal relationship among the group. That is your social etiquette. Social responsibility, social behavior. That is when you are in a group sitting with people, you must know those social responsibilities of behavior and conduct among that group. If you are sitting with your family members, friends, it should be informal. But if you are sitting with the people who are professionals, who are very eminent scholars, try to change the way of conduct. Try to behave formally. Make yourself pleasing. Make yourself mannered, well-mannered and cultured such that everyone will admire you and pay attention to your words. So, this is your social etiquette. Corporate etiquette. Now, what is this corporate etiquette? Refers to how can individual should behave while he is at work. Once you have joined in any kind of organization, Every organization is abide by certain rules and regulations of code of conduct. You must be aware of your code of conduct in the organization. Before you join, try to read all the instructions below the code of conduct of an employee. What is expected from you as an employee of an organization? And you have to train yourself and practice yourself according to that, such that your professional life in that organization will run smoothly, and also you will look upon, you can be stand unique among the people who are working there. Each one needs to maintain the decorum of the organization. Decorum is the integrity, the rule, the conduct of the organization. Don't loiter around unnecessarily or peep into others' cubicles, isn't it? Going around, moving around, doing gossiping, unnecessary talk, chit-chats must be avoided in your workspaces. You must confine yourself to your workspace. See that whatever you are communicating to your colleagues, it should be based on the importance of the work which is related or assigned to you. Other than that, you are not going to bring forth any personal or any kind of gossiping or backbitching things. So, try to adopt the means of the code of conduct of your organization for the smooth running of your professional life. Party etiquettes. Will a party have etiquettes? You might be thinking. But even party etiquettes we have, and we have to follow them. Wedding is a special event in everyone's life, isn't it? But we have to make sure that we have to behave in such a way that it should not offend others. There are many people who are our family members, our relatives, but also there are formal peoples in the same party. So, our way of behavior, our talk, or our conversations there, maybe the way we behave here, there should not affect or they should not offend anybody's feelings. So, we must keep in mind about the well-mannered culture in the parties too. Next, meeting etiquettes. What could be some of the meeting etiquettes? Be on time. Okay. Talk when you are given the chance. Try to listen to others. Try to project your suggestions when they are asked, isn't it? So, there are certain etiquettes for every meeting, whether it is formal or informal. You must be able to follow those rules and the manners. Meeting etiquettes refers to styles one need to adopt when he is attending any meeting, seminar, presentation, and so on. Listen to what the other person has to say. Never enter room without no notepad or pen. Very important. Whenever you are attending a meeting, try to carry a notepad and a pen to jot down the bullet points or the highlights of the meeting such that you can review those and try to put them forward and finish your work. Telephone etiquettes. Very, very important. Everyone, especially the generation of today, today's generation must learn telephone etiquettes, because your conversation on phone should not disturb the other person who is sitting beside you. You must have those manners. You must make yourself confined to your own space and see that you are not talking loudly such that it is disturbing others. So, we have to follow some telephone etiquettes too. It is essential to learn how one should interact with other person over the phone. Telephone etiquettes refer to the way an individual should speak on the phone. Never put the other person on long holds. If you're talking to someone and some important or emergency has come to you, then try to just switch off the phone saying that I'll call back. But do not put them on long holds. It is the wrong manner. You must be able to put off the phone, saying that they call them back as you have got some emergency. And you should not be so louder such that it distracts the other person who is sitting beside you. There are many more certain etiquettes of telephone which you all have to learn and practice for the smooth running and harmony around you. Greet other. Take care of your pitch and tone. Make sure you greet the other person. Make sure that your pitch, your tone is giving the clarity of the message to the other person who is on the other side of the phone too. Next. Eating etiquettes. Very, very important. We cannot just eat any time in the workspace. We have certain rules, we have certain timings where you have to eat. And that eating also, how it should be done. How we have to make ourselves well-mannered such a way it does not look clumsy and dirty to others. Individuals must follow certain decorum while eating in public. Don't make noise while eating. First point, don't make noise while eating. One should not leave the table unless and until everyone has finished eating. Especially when you are in the formal meetings, though you have finished your food, you must wait till all the others finish their meal. That is the right etiquette which you have to follow near the dining table. Then, business etiquette. Business etiquettes include way to conduct a business. Don't ever cheat your customers. Be ethical. Follow all the moral values and the guidelines which are needed for that particular business. You must carry on with all your virtuous and intelligent levels. So, you must be able to make yourself equipped with all those manners which will please your customers. And you must not cheat your customers. You must see that everyone is happy around you such that you are also happy with all your business team. Next, corporate etiquettes. What are the things which we can do and which we cannot do when it comes to corporate etiquettes? This I am making a special focus because from here you have to join in the workspace where you have to adopt the corporate etiquettes. What are the things you can do and what are the things you should not do? Let us try to understand. It is essential for every individual to behave in a socially acceptable way. Your behavior must be acceptable. For that, you have to make yourself prepared and also practice the tone of communication which suits the organization. That is the first and very crucial point which you all have to adopt. Etiquette refers to good manners which help an individual leave his mark in the society, in the organization. It will leave a mark. Your behavior, your personality, the way you talk to others, that will leave a mark behind you. So, you must be able to train yourself in such a way. An individual must know how to behave at the workspace. There is a huge difference between college and professional life. One needs to be disciplined at the workplace. So, there is lot of difference between the college culture and the workplace. So, you must be able to understand how the environment is around you. Try to be a good listener. Try to adapt the environment. Try to adopt the work culture of the organization and make yourself equipped with the weapons which will make your professional life smoother. For that, you must know and acknowledge and have awareness over all the rules of code of conduct of your organization for the smooth running and creating harmony around you in the workplace. Corporate etiquette refers to set of rules an individual must follow while he is at work. Now let us see what are those rules. One must respect his organization and maintain the decorum of place. Isn't it? when we have joined in an organization, we have to respect it because it is our choice to join in that organization. Whether it is good or bad, whatever it may be, we are there to respect the organization and make the integrity of our organization. So, we are not going to talk anything ill or sick about the organization where we are working. That is the first and foremost important etiquette which you all have to remember. Respect the place where you are working. Be disciplined enough and try to maintain the decorum of your organization. Corporate etiquette refers to behaving sensibly. Behave sensibly. Try to understand the situation. Try to analyze and evaluate the situation and be problem solvers instead of making or creating problems, and appropriately at the workplace to create an everlasting impression. Problem solvers will leave the everlasting impression in the organization. So, be a problem solver, not a problem creator. No one would take you seriously if you do not behave well. If you are in a funny mood, humorous mood and telling something serious, how will others understand? You must be able to equip with the right tone and right mood when you are instructing about that situation, until unless it is some informal message. If it is formal message, be authentic, be clear, be concise and deliver your speech such that it gives clarity and the mood of that particular situation. So, be serious in your workplace while making serious regulations or providing messages. Then, it is important to behave well at the workplace to earn respect and appreciation. Until unless you don't behave well and properly and gel finely with all the others, you will not earn that respect and appreciation. So, to earn respect and appreciation, you must be able to understand, practice and use proper code of conduct which is demanded by your organization. Now, let us go through some do's and don'ts of the corporate etiquettes. Now, never adopt a casual attitude at work. Don't be at ease. Don't be informal. Don't be casual at your work. Don't be just, if they gave you deadline, like, let us see, let me do. No. Try to be serious enough and finish your work on time. And don't loiter here and there to one cubicle to the other. That will leave a very, very bad impact and impression of yours on the others. Don't peep into others' cubicles and workstation. You do not have any right to peep into others' work. So, do not distract others getting over their cubicles or peeping them into their cubicles. Then, put your hand phone in the silent or vibrating mode at the workplace. Using your phone, talking very loudly is not accurate. You must be able to put your phone in silent and try to use it only for the emergency calls. Next, don't open anyone else's notepads, registers or files without his permission. You will not be touching any data which is not related to you. And if you need information, you have to seek permission from the other person before you use their information or message. It is bad manners to sneeze or cough in public without covering your mouth. So, you must also know some basic manners of covering your mouth with hanky when you are sneezing or coughing. These are the basic manners which we have to follow everywhere, not just in the workspace. Popping chewing gums in front of co-workers is simply not expected as a professional. Chewing gums and eating every time, this is not at all acceptable. Then, stay away from nasty politics at the workspace. Talking about other colleagues, talking about other workers and making a mess up, creating misunderstanding, all this is not at all the culture of any organization. So, you must be very careful enough not to pomp into the others' issues, but try to resolve your own issues and complete your work on time in the organization. Then, keep your workstation clean and tidy. See that the place wherever you are sitting, the place wherever you are working is clean and tidy. It is not messy or it is not creating any kind of disturbance to others. See that you confine yourself to your own space and not moving out of the borderline of your own space and distracting others. Now, never criticize or make fun of any of your colleagues. Very important. We have no right to make fun of other person. We do not know them. We cannot judge others. So don't make fun or create any kind of mess up with other people. So try to be yourself. Do not distract others. Try to portray your own personality. Don't criticize someone or don't imitate someone. Remember, fighting leads to no solution. If you are not following all this, obviously you are going to create the misunderstanding and that mishap between the relationships. So there is no solution to such problems. There are several other ways to express displeasure. Serve with your colleagues, discuss issues face to face and decide on something which is mutually accepted. If you have a problem with anyone, sit, try to talk. Be assertive enough to inform them that this is your problem and I am unable to cope with it and resolve there and then. But instead of that, you're going and talking to somebody else about some other person and creating a mess up around the team members, among the team members is really a wrong culture. Take care of your pitch and tone at the workplace. So you must be able to make yourself mold and blend to the pitch of your workplace. If it is needed to talk in the high pitch, you have to be able to. If you have to not to talk or make your tone low, you must be able to adapt to it. So you must be able to control your voice and the pitch in the workspace. Never attend meetings or seminars without a notepad and a pen. Very important gesture which you have to remember is while attending all your meetings, you have to carry a notepad and as well as a pen to jot down the important points of the meeting. That is the minutes of the meeting for the further future reference and the completion of your project work. Pass on information to all related recipients in the desired form. If you are given an authority to pass on some information, you must be able to communicate with all the people with good letter up or email and try to put forward in the way that it is carried and understandable in the right way. Communicate through written modes of communication, preferably through mails. Keep your reporting boss in the loop. Make sure your email signatures are right. See that the way you have written is formal and you are addressing to the right people, and also you must be able to tag your authority who has made you to provide that information to the others. Then reach office on time. Very, very important. Time management is also one of the very, very important aspect which you always have to maintain. So reach office on time, attend your meetings on time, try to finish your project works on time and try to make yourself available to the people who they need you on the right time. This is the very, very important aspect which you all have to remember. Then, no organization likes to have a shabby dressed employee. That is, every organization has code of conduct, dress code. So you must be able to follow the dress code which is given by your organization. That is one of the most important etiquette. Never wear revealing clothes to work, that which are not at all entertainable. See that they are formal and they are acceptable. You cannot wear any revealing clothes in the workspace. While having lunch together, do not start till others have received their food. So you must also try to follow some dining etiquettes while you are having lunch with your colleagues or the co-workers. See that everyone gets the food and then you start. See that everyone has finished the food, then you have to leave the dining table. So these are some of the very important etiquettes which you all have to follow and adopt. Respect your fellow workers and help them whenever they need. Then, it is unethical to share confidential data with external parties and any other individual who is not related to the organization. This is the moral ethic which you all have to inculcate in within yourself. You're not going to share any information of your organization to the other parties who are not at all related to your organization. You must be able to confine the confidentiality and maintain the privacy of the office records. Data in any form must not be passed to anyone outside the organization. Office stationery is meant to be used only at work. Taking any office property back home is equivalent to stealing. See that you are using your office stationery at your workplace only. You are not going to carry any kind of material, equipment or the stationery to your home. That is regarded as stealing. Next, make sure you turn off the monitor while you go out for lunch or tea breaks. Switch off the fans, lights, printers, fax machines, whatever it is. Try to follow the etiquettes of switching off the power whenever you leave your desk. Don't bring your personal work to office. Very important. Avoid taking kids to the office unless until there is an emergency. Park your car at the space allotted to you. Don't park your vehicle at the entrance as it might obstruct somebody's ways. These are the basic etiquettes which you all have to maintain. Never ever drink while you're at work. Smoke only at the smoking zones. Do not leave the restrooms with taps on. Very, very simple and small etiquettes which you all have to remember. Now, the basics of business etiquettes. What are the basics of the business etiquettes? Till now, we have seen what are the corporate etiquettes and how is that we are going to maintain our behavior and personality in the corporate workspace. Now, try to understand the basics of business etiquettes. That is, first one, always be on time. As you are a business person, see that you are always on time such that your clients will get inclination towards your work. If you are always late, your client will be upset and that will deteriorate your negotiation work with him. So, time management is the most important basic as a businessman which you have to follow. Next, recognize your team. Whenever you're working with a team, try to recognize their appraisals. If they are making any achievement, try to recognize them and appreciate them on that level. Then it will zeal up and boost up their energy and they will be working more and they'll be more inclined towards you. Next, respect shared spaces. If you are sharing spaces, try to respect. Try to make and maintain those borders of the spaces with all the due respect with each other. Then dress appropriately which suits your business circle. Then build emotional intelligence. You must be able to understand, evaluate, analyze, interpret and problem solve the situation. Adopt the means which will make your problem solved. So, you must be a smart thinker. You must build that emotional intelligence within you. How to communicate with each other. How to make people understand my problem or resolve my problems. All these smart work must be understood by you as a businessman such that you can carry your business very authentically and qualitatively. Here, 5 rules of email etiquettes. Very important. These days we just mail. Mailing is at one click. But we are not following certain email etiquettes which are very, very essential, especially in the workplace. Until unless it is informal mail, it's okay because the letter is read by your family member or your friend as they will understand. But when it comes to workplace, you must follow certain email etiquettes which are very, very essential for you to maintain the order of the organization. First one, to subject. Take a close look before sending. You have to take a very closer look before you send. That is to whom you are sending, whether the ID is right or wrong. Next, the subject. Is the subject is reflecting the message which you are going to type in the mail. So, have a closer look over these two. That is to and the subject. Then, be careful using caps. Whenever you are using caps, you must be very careful enough because not all places you can use caps. Now, use acronyms sparingly. For example, here say, hi, can you please RS? When you are using the acronyms, you must remember that even the other person who is receiving the mail to know the standard abbreviation of it. Then only you can use the acronym. Then, let people know their mail have been received. If you are receiving a mail, just reply back saying that I received or thank you, such that others will know that they have received the message. Then compress your attachments. See that you can compress the attachments and send them such that most of the data is saved. So you must be able to follow all these email etiquettes while you are sending your email. Now, try to understand the importance and relevance of etiquettes in your life. It is always important to follow the rules and certain manners to build good relationship and to build harmony among the people who are in the society. So, try to understand, practice and maintain proper etiquettes in your workspace and also in your life. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.